Make funny noises, I unmute you. That's how it goes. Ah!
Fix it time. Okay, YouTube's like 17 seconds late. Sorry.
Yes. Hello, and welcome to my channel. We're here. We're a little bit late because of scheduled phone calls and shit. So apologies for that. And as part of that, I am actually kind of also doing some last minute stuff-a-majigs. Boop. There we go.
Sad light.
Your sad light. Okay. I think things should be working now.
Sure. I don't know where my...
Okay, there we go. We got our first chat message and that's working. So that's the main thing. This is Coldan Stalstorm, says a stream that I can follow. Nice. Thank you, The Watering Hole. Yeah, so this is if you're new to this, we are reading through a Christian marriage book, which has been giving mostly terrible advice, but like they've been peppering in some good advice here and there that we've been able to agree with. We have been finding ourselves more frequently than we would probably like saying they just need to get a divorce.
Or therapy.
Because, well, no, we've been, there have been a lot of times when we've been like, no, yeah, I know we try to say therapy, it's okay. Like, working on your relationship is a good thing, but, yeah, I'm
like, saying
a lot of the people that they give examples are like, no, those people need a divorce.
Yeah, they do. But then we also, for other people, we say they need therapy.
Okay. And let's see, Puddles, it's in your thing. We also sometimes have a dog, but she doesn't like to, it's in your thing. There you go.
Can you turn me on, please?
In what way? Oh, yeah. I have the smart switch that is tied to her lights named for her, so that when we do it with voice commands, I say, turn her on.
I get turned on a lot.
But in theory, we're not supposed to tell people your real name, so I don't, I'm not doing that by voice right now. I'm just finding the device in this terrible, terrible interface that Google thingamajiggy has.
Turn me on, turn me on. Woo!
There we go.
Okay, I'm ready now.
You're ready.
Oh, the book's upside down. I'm definitely not ready.
Almost there. It's 3:20 a.m. in Perth, Western Australia.
I feel you.
So hello, Australia. I'm sorry that you're having trouble sleeping, or that you work the night shift, or maybe this is just regular for you, and I'm not sorry. Whatever the case may be, I have the appropriate emotion. Insert appropriate emotional response here.
Oh, you're not on the spectrum at all.
Yeah, we talked about that on my stream with Cirrus last night. Yeah, so there seem to be new people catching us for the first time today. So if you're used to my regular content, this is different. But it should be fun. We have fun with this. At least I do, and you do. The audience sometimes does.
I mean, they must if they keep coming back.
Well, John Hansen says first time watching live, but they've been watching the series. So, yay! Okay. We've been waiting for this chapter since, when did we start this? June?
Yeah,
so it's been
it was before that.
Was it before June?
It was like May.
Okay. No, because May was when we did our little trip.
Yeah.
When did we actually start the series?
Oh, I don't know. June?
Yeah, I think it was June. So we've been waiting for this chapter for 7 months now.
You couldn't just say it for so long.
7 months. Yeah. I have to say 7 months.
I know.
And I had to get the number right.
I know.
Which is why I had to figure out it was June.
I know. I do know that.
Fred is me. Fred is me. Yeah, there we go. I figured it out. Said just regular thanks though. So it's just regular up at 3:30 a.m.
Oh. that a good thing or a bad thing, Fred? I don't know.
We have kids that we are often up at 3 a.m., but that's not a good thing.
Daddy's got all your treats.
Oh, did she eat the one? Okay, come on.
Go on, Daddy got your treats.
In the bed.
There you go.
You're supposed to sit down and eat it there.
Sexually fulfills him.
Does she?
That's what the section's called. Oh, you guys can't see it so bright.
Yeah, it's the sex chapter.
Sex.
Sex section. It's more than one chapter.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 chapters.
However, this is the first chapter in his book.
I didn't say it was the last. You missed that this is the last section.
Yeah.
You skipped ahead.
What do you mean?
You didn't start with the okay ladies.
There's no... I read the title of the chapter.
Oh. Okay. I didn't read the title of the chapter this time. I just read the first paragraph, so...
So I said this was the first chapter in his book.
Okay. You'll see why I was confused by that in a second.
Okay, ladies. While this may be the last section in this book, you can be sure it is the first chapter in his.
So we're one sentence in and she's already repeating herself.
Yes. From the surveys I collected, sexual fulfillment was right at the top of their list. Oh my gosh, surprise. No surprise.
So this is actually one of the things. You know how the 5 love languages thing, like we've talked about that, but like the research backing it up
There's no research.
None. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not a thing.
Yeah, it's not evidence-based, but it is a good starting point for conversations.
Yes, but I saw a post the other day that was talking about how the 5 love languages, like the author of that book is an evangelical Christian.
Yeah, there is misogyny in that book.
There is. And it was suggested that it was written kind of as like a way to make women more sexually submissive to their men, because and I don't have a lot of experience with this myself, but apparently most men, when you ask them, myself included, will, like when listing off the love languages, which one is your love language, it's always physical touch.
Oh, see, maybe I didn't get that because mine is also physical touch.
Yeah, maybe, but
because I'm not saying that is not true, and if you read it through a different lens, then you might like. So I read it before I knew all of that stuff. So if I read it now with that lens, I might be like, "Oh, okay."
I've also never dated men, so I don't have a pool of discussions from which to draw inferences.
I feel like some people I've talked to, like men, they've said quality time, which, what is quality time?
Well, and actually now thinking about it through this lens, thinking about this book, one of the big points that she's been hammering home this whole time is that women are wanting to spend time with their husbands, but the husbands are just wanting to like go sit alone, be in their man cave or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so she's been saying like, oh, well, if you become the woman of his dreams, then he will want to spend more quality time with you. So that kind of, like, if we look at it from this lens of it was written to excuse men who want nothing but sex, it also kind of puts a lot of women into the quality time peg. And it's not necessarily that quality time is the love language or whatever. It's the dynamic that we've talked about last time about how like she's a stay-at-home mom. She stays at home with no conversation except for kids. And then when there's another adult there, he either wants sex or to be left alone.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah. So 2 things that I got from the book that I really appreciated was, 1, you need to love people the way they want to be loved, or they need to be loved. Mm-hmm. So
that's not a bad message.
Yeah. So that was one thing. So if yours was physical touch and mine was words of affirmation, yeah, I'll give you physical touch, but you also have to give me my words of affirmation. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing that I noticed is that for me specifically, because I took the quiz like several times over the course of several years, and my top ones would kind of change.
Yeah.
So what I realized is like your top love language is fluid. It's whatever you're being deprived of at that time
Yeah.
is what's going to be your top love language. So it's not really that there's one that's more than the other. It's what are you deficient in at the moment?
Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense than the way I remember it being presented in the book.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I haven't read it for more than a decade, like since before I had kids.
Yeah,
so I might be remembering wrong. But I seem to recall that it was kind of said like, you know, people are just wired this way.
So I believe that's how the book is stated. That was what I got from it after doing the quiz several times, like in my dating time or whatever. I realized that mine would change depending on first I noticed it would change. It was never the same. And then I realized after actually I read the book Attached, which is a really good book about attachment theory and adult relationships and stuff. Good read. And like putting those two together is when I realized that your love language isn't really a specific thing. It's just very fluid based on what your needs are at the time. Mm-hmm. Now, there are some people, like I was talking to someone and she was like, in her culture, words of affirmation are not a thing. Mm-hmm. So like, it's not even one of these things for her where it's fluid. Like some days she might want words of affirmation. She's like, no, it's just not a thing for her in her culture. So the love languages aren't even set things. They can be anything really. I've seen a lot of memes with neurodivergent people saying their love language is blasting other people with memes, which is what we do all the time.
My love language is trains. Have you not seen? No, not me personally, but have you not seen that meme?
No.
It floats around the autism community a lot because that's
okay.
One
when
of those
you
stereotypes.
Say that, I get that, but think about it differently now.
Having a train run on you?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
And this is why I love her, because she goes to the same place that I do a lot of the times.
Yeah. Okay. So, where are we? As a matter of fact, it was first and foremost running neck and neck with respect. Sexual fulfillment is climactic in a man's life. No pun intended.
No pun achieved. It's okay to not intend a pun that's not there.
If you excel in praying for him, respecting him, adoring him, initiating intimate friendship with him, safeguarding your marriage and encouraging him, but neglects sexually fulfilling him, all your efforts will be for naught. Wow. I have now been reduced to a sex doll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're not a good sex doll, then I have a valid excuse to treat you like shit, I guess, according to Sharon.
Wow. That's my worth right there.
But I mean, also, like, it depends on life situation. Like, right now, we are... That is the too much information stream, so what the hell? We've been in a bit of a dry spell, you might say. But it's not because either of us are being like, no, I don't want to have sex with you. It's because it's just, like, everything is so exhausting right now.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't...
5 kids.
Like, neither of us have the energy for that sort of thing. So, I don't know. And I don't feel like our relationship has suffered for it.
No.
Because our relationship is built on a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay.
I mean, I'm also the tired one all the time, so I agree.
I mean, yeah, being tired is more normal for you, but like, like everything the last several months has been incredibly tiring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, there have been health stuff.
And Fennec the rabbit showed up just as we talked about our dry spell. Hi, Fennec.
Well, that was at least after we talked about running a train, so.
Yeah, okay, you missed that, so.
You know.
That's for the weekend. Yes, a dry spell for us includes running trains occasionally.
sexual fulfillment is the glue that holds all the other elements together. Can I just like...
I mean, there's some sticky stuff that comes from sexual fulfillment. I'm not gonna deny that.
Come on.
It's like, yeah, no, like we just said, we have not, neither of us, I think, have been very sexually fulfilled in the last several months, but our relationship is still fine because it's so much more than that. I mean, it also helps that we're both feeling that way, so, like, if it was just a one-way thing, but then that's what porn is for, but she's not allowed porn.
Yeah, you know. I'm like, okay, so the reason this is at the end of the book is because if she would have said this in the first chapter, I feel like many women would have just like
put it down and be like, nope. Yeah, but I mean, I can't say this is a universal experience, but both myself and my wife, when we got this book, this was the first section that we turned to. Because sex sells.
Like, no wonder there's,
I mean, there's a reason. Okay, when we get into that chapter, you'll maybe, like, that might be yikes that bookmark is there. That's not a good chapter.
I get to judge you?
No, well, I don't remember why it's there, but like, that's not a good chapter.
Ugh.
But
Rhino's like, yes, this is what I want from my woman.
It was probably her stopping before she got to that chapter, if I'm honest.
Yeah, because she read this chapter and she's like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, like, sex sells. Have you seen the thumbnail? Like, there's a reason sex is the biggest word on the thumbnail.
No, I did not.
It's because it gets more clicks.
Sexy time.
And more clicks is apparently 26 people, so...
Sexy
Hi, all you 26 people.
Sexy time.
Yeah. Literally, the thumbnail is time for sex. See? Over here.
I think you're trying to send me subliminal messages.
No, I'm just trying to
He's trying to send me subliminal messages. He wants me to submit.
I mean, as long as it's consensual, yeah. Continue reading.
I submit consensually.
Oh, Fennec is asking what book is this because they need to read this atrocity.
Becoming the woman of his dreams.
By Sharon Janus. Actually, as we've discovered in the last couple of weeks, by a lot of different people that are not Sharon Janus. Because she just copies them into her things and then footnotes it. And then Zerjerk says sex is a myth.
What? Sex is a myth?
Mythological sex could be fun.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
That's
Then
why
you have like magic spells and stuff going on.
Well, that's what I told you. If you ever went into space...
Vibratus Maximus!
If you ever went into space and met an alien, you're fully welcome to...
Oh, yeah.
Joy.
Oh, what was that movie? Fire Maidens from Outer Space.
Yes.
We watched Fire Maidens from Outer Space, which is a 1950s, I think.
Something like that.
It was like one of those old weird movies that, like, even for the time, it was considered one of the worst. Like, it was considered the worst movie ever made until Plan 9 from Outer Space came out. Plan 9 had to dethrone it. And so the plot is these male astronauts who are all, like, very horny. They went to a moon of Jupiter and discovered a bunch of, like, there was a colony of a bunch of sexy women and one old man. And the plot was...
And he made them all call him Daddy.
Yeah.
It
was, like, very early Pornhub. It was not good, but, yeah, no, so the plot was he, like, captured them and trapped them and wanted them to impregnate all his daughters. And so that led to a discussion of you saying that, like, oh, well, if you're on an alien planet and you have the opportunity to mate with an alien thing, like, go for it. Like, how often is that kind of opportunity going to come around? And then, of course, the difference between me and you is, like, my thought was, like, if I am ever imprisoned and told, like, you have to impregnate someone and then I will let you out. I don't think I was like, I think that would be okay. I think the way I phrased it was like, I feel like you would be okay with that.
Yeah. And I'm over here like, go for it. Do it.
Apparently I need to get you to watch Queen of Katwe. Katwe would generally be a fun family movie night. Now I have to look that up. God damn it. Stop distracting us on stream. As if this isn't what this whole stream is.
Yeah. Okay, you look, I read.
2016 film, so it's at least not in black and white.
What are you doing?
Oh, is it like...
Our puppy only likes wet food, so she like splashes her water into her dry food to make it wet because she's a princess. She's still doing it. Anyways, Dr. Kevin Lehman has counseled thousands of couples and has determined that a couple's sex life is a microcosm of the marriage. If the sex life is good, then the marriage is good.
No. No, there are like that's a trope in movies and TV shows, is the couple that have amazing sex but everything about their relationship is shit, but they stay together for the amazing sex even though they're always fighting.
Yeah. Because people say angry sex is good. I don't know that I've ever had angry sex. I also don't get angry very often, so that would be really hard.
I also like, when I'm upset, like have a fight with my partner type of upset, I'm not aroused.
Yeah.
And like if I'm angry at someone, then the thought of that someone does not then arouse me. So I just don't understand that whole concept. Jassa Proxy showed up just now. Like, we're getting all the people coming in at the right time.
Jassa, do you live here?
Everybody's coming at the exact right time.
I wish I were coming.
And yeah, so Jess.
Very rarely does he see a bad marriage with a good sex life. Oh, sorry, that was a reference there.
That was, that's footnoted?
Yes, that is footnoted. When I began writing this book, I explained the project to several women's groups and encouraged them to have their husbands complete a survey. Ladies! She has to tell us what she told them after she just told us that she told them. Ladies, I'm writing a book on how to become the woman of our men's dreams. Why is it our man's?
Because she's talking to a group of ladies.
I know, but why couldn't she just say your man's dreams?
Because it's supposed to be a book that's more generally applicable.
Sounds like it's a communal man.
Ooh. It's the Fire Maidens from outer space. This is their origin story.
I explained, I know what you're thinking. I continued as I read the expressions on their faces. I doubt you could read expressions on people's faces. I don't need a book about that. I already know. Sex, sex, sex. Yeah, which is what you just said. Isn't that what she just said?
Yeah.
So why'd you write the book? They already knew. Well, I hope you've seen that becoming the wife of his dreams involves more than...
So she goes to this ladies group. She says, I'm writing a book on becoming the woman of his dreams. And I want you guys to do the survey for your men. And they respond with, oh, I know what the answer is going to be. It's sex, sex, sex. And then she got the surveys back and found out that the answer was sex, sex, sex. Realized that the women already knew the secret to being the woman of his dreams and decided the book still needed to be written.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well done, Sharon.
Yeah. But this was after her husband told her that she was perfect and he didn't want her to change.
Yes.
But she said, no, I am not perfect. I must change for you. I must become a different woman so that you will love me.
She is the worst.
Oh. Like at this point, I feel like she's just in it for the money and she's just like writing garbage.
At this point?
Well,
you figure that?
No. Well, I hope you've seen that becoming the wife of his dreams involves more than sex. However, if we already understand that sex is paramount, why aren't we more willing to make his dreams come true?
She says becoming the woman of his dreams is about more than sex, but like literally 2 sentences ago or whatever, she was like, sex is the glue that holds the relationship together.
I don't fucking get her. I don't know.
Maybe her husband takes his zinc supplements.
Let's ponder that for a moment.
Let's not say we did.
Well, you just did.
Yeah, I just did.
You just never let me finish a sentence.
Okay.
If your husband is sexually...
I do too let you finish sentences. Just not that one.
Or that one. If your husband is sexually fulfilled, he will race a train, take a bullet, and climb the highest mountain to make sure you are okay. No.
No, I'm not going to race a train because you gave me a really good blowjob.
I feel like there's a lot of men who are sexually fulfilled.
Actually, no, I'd race the train.
Really
I would lose the race. But like, if you're like, hey, if you get the best blowjob of your entire life, but then you have to take a bullet, and be like, I'll pass on the blowjob.
No, I know exactly.
Okay, where are you going to shoot me?
Oh, no.
Where am I going to get shot?
No, you'd be like, where am I taking this bullet to? You would have gotten there eventually. I know you would have.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. He will be a better father, better provider, better employee, and even a better sportsman.
Okay,
No!
If being a better dad is like, if being sexually fulfilled is a prerequisite to you being a good dad, then can I just say you're a shit dad?
Yeah.
Like, was I a bad dad in the year and a half that I went between my wife dying and the next time I had sex?
You were terrible.
Because I was not sexually fulfilled.
You should learn to fulfill yourself.
I mean, there's a difference between relieving and fulfilling.
Okay, but my thing is how many women are in abusive relationships where their partner is sexually fulfilled?
Mm-hmm. That's the next chapter.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, we'll probably get a little bit of that in this one, but yeah, it's bad.
I don't even want to.
Okay, let's ignore the next chapter for now and carry on with this one.
That's right. Sports Illustrated reported that behind every MVP is a good woman. And just one. What does that have to fucking do with sex?
Okay, but did they actually show that, like, has there never been someone who won an MVP award that was single at the time?
I don't know. But I don't think that's what they meant. They meant a supportive woman, not a...
Yeah, not a...
Happily married
doll.
men make better baseball players.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know what it's in reference to, but like every time I look at my screen, because Fennec the Rabbit typed it out in all caps, every time I glance at my screen, the only thing I see is community dick.
Hold on.
Which goes back to when you were talking about like the women in the group, and like, is she talking about all having the same man or all have their own man?
Okay, so Sports Illustrated, August 17, 1999, I guess article called Scorecard. Happily married men make better baseball players. I mean, I'm not saying that's true or untrue, that just...
How are they... Okay, I would want to know what methodology did they use to figure out the happiness quantity of the relationship.
I don't know. But yeah, like, happiness doesn't mean sex.
But also, like, were they just comparing married baseball players with unmarried baseball players? Or were they actually, like, doing a survey to figure out how happy they are in the relationship?
I don't know.
And what about cohabitating baseball players that are happily cohabitating? Did they... I feel like Sports Illustrated probably didn't have the most rigorous scientific methodology.
No. It's probably that, like, they picked all the MVPs and they just all happened to be married. Therefore, they are better baseball players than everybody else. I don't know. By the way, how did I know this? I entered into his world and read an article in Sports Illustrated. I'm so proud of you, Sharon. Oh my God.
Entered into his world by reading the article about their spouses in Sports Illustrated.
Which I'm sure he did not read.
Like, you read the one article he skipped because he doesn't care about that. He wants to see the stats and what team is trading who for how much money, whatever the fuck sports people are into.
I feel like that's an article that they put in there just for the women.
I wonder if that was a swimsuit issue.
Look it up.
Which one was it? August of 1999?
Yeah, 1998.
Sports Illustrated.
August 17th,
August
1998.
17th, 1998. It was not a swimsuit edition. Why NFL quarterback is the toughest job in sports. 6 quarterbacks who changed the game. Boom or bust. Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. Can they beat the odds? Brett Favre. I know that's a famous name that I should know how to pronounce. So feel free to lambaste me for not knowing that. 1 play, 100 decisions. So this was such an important article that it didn't even make the cover.
The cover seems to be all about football too.
Yeah.
Not baseball. Anyways. All this because you have decided that you are going to be the wife of his dreams and make it your top priority to see that your man is sexually fulfilled. That is what Dr. Kevin Lehman has to say about the sexual fulfillment of husbands. Okay, here we go. Someone else's words again.
Are you saying you just encountered a footnote, or are you saying that she's about to read a quote?
A big one.
Okay.
Half a page.
Okay.
A sexually fulfilled husband will do anything for you. Sex is such a basic need for men that when this area of his life...
What about asexual men?
What about women?
What about very sexual women?
Yeah.
Like, there have been times when your sex drive is bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is?
Does that make me less of a man?
Yes. No. To be clear, no. No, what was I going to say? Damn it. You never let me finish sentences.
I'm sorry. Something about aces?
No. Sex is such a basic need for men. Oh, so why they think it's a basic need for men, this is my new theory, is because many women, statistically shown, do not have orgasms during sex. So the man thinks that he does a good job, and then he goes away or falls asleep, and then she pulls out her vibrator and finishes herself off. So they don't know how much women actually need and want sex.
Yeah.
Because they don't ever see it.
Yeah, because the men get the best experience every time.
Yeah.
Whereas the women, it varies quite a bit.
Yes.
Oh, we got, Nemeth. God damn it, I hate the bouncing text. I need to change that. Nami the Nico rated my channel with 18 viewers. Thank you, Nami the Nico. Hope you had a good stream. And
join us for some marriage and relationship advice.
yeah, we're making fun of a really bad marriage book.
Yeah.
Where she copies all of her stuff out of everything else. We're in the sex chapter now, so you chose either the best or the worst time to raid.
Yes.
But welcome.
As a woman, you're supposed to be a sex doll, is what we're getting so far. Anyways, a sexually fulfilled husband will do anything for you. Sex is such a basic need for men that when this area of their life is well taken care of, they feel immense appreciation and act accordingly. False. That's my interpretation.
Yeah.
A sexually fulfilled man is the kind who drives to work thinking, I'm so glad I married that woman. I must be the happiest man alive.
Nami the Nico says, this is my first time being in your Twitch stream, and then says, yeah, I hate it, to be honest. I can't say I blame you.
And who then drives home thinking, what special thing can I do for my wife this evening? No, what they drive home thinking is, ugh, what can my wife do for me this evening? If you want this kind of loyalty and appreciation,
get a dog.
Yeah. True. Meet your husband's sexual needs. No other need generates such deep thankfulness.
Oh, they were replying to someone else in the chat, Red Joker.
Oh.
It just
Instead of resenting requests to stop by the store or take a look at the leaky faucet, a sexually fulfilled man will jump with eagerness.
if the faucet's leaking, it needs to be fixed whether you've gotten your rocks off recently or not.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, that's just super silly because you can choose.
Oh, I'll help clean the house, but only if you suck my dick first. Like, no, that's just stupid.
Not even clean the house, a leaky faucet. If you do not fix that.
They're arguing over whether or not I'm going to correct my pronunciation of Brett Favre. Brett Favre.
I think it's Favre.
I think it's Favre.
Favre?
I don't know. Someone typed it out, and I forget what it was.
Is there an actor that's a Favre? Oh, Fabier. I think there's an actor.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, she needs to take this call, like, right now. So, yeah. Bye for a second. Grab me a beer while you're up. So, yeah, I guess I will try my best to entertain people while she's gone. Oh, the pronunciation of, yeah, I'm just mispronouncing. I can't even mispronounce. Nami is the pronunciation. VR, it's entirely too early for a beer. No, it's not. It's like 3 o'clock. It's Nami the Nico. Or is it Nami the Neko? Because that's something that messed me up when I was playing Ocarina of Time. Yeah, it's Neko. Is that growing up, I always pronounced it in my head the Great Deku Tree. And so then when I heard other people pronouncing it the Great Deku Tree, it just didn't sound right to me. But then everybody fucking pronounced it Deku, and eventually I had to admit that, like, probably the people who speak Japanese who, like, designed the game know better how to pronounce this than, like, 15-year-old me. Yeah, I'm friends with Cirrus. How do I get this wrong? Because I've never actually said Neko Cirrus out loud. I just call him Cirrus. I know his channel is Neko Cirrus, but in my head it's always been Nico Cirrus for the same reason that the Deku Tree has been Deku Tree. So, yeah, I don't even know what a Neko is. So, if you just take all my nerd cred away now. I'm Googling it. What is the meaning of Neko? What does Neko mean? Neko is a Japanese word for cat. Oh, cat girl. Okay. Cat girls are Neko girl. Yeah, okay. Sure. That actually explains Cirrus quite a bit. So there we go. I guess in Japan they don't really have vague vowel pronunciation. So is Japanese one of those languages where it's always pronounced the same all the time, no matter what? Well, I mean, I guess they have a completely different alphabet from us, so it wouldn't be the same as, like, E is always pronounced the same way. But yeah. Chess is like, it's almost like his models are slime cat girls. Are they all slime? Crab, paper, and God are the same word. I mean, crab is God because evolution wants everything to be crab because crab is supreme. And, oh, maybe I can actually, like, give you guys my Discord link. Oh, no, I haven't opened it in a long time, so it's installing 14 updates. But at least Discord updates are quicker than Windows updates, right? Anyway, in my Discord, there's a bit of a running joke because people wanted me to make a video on how evolution always makes things crabs. And, yeah, they like to use the crab emoji. Let's see. I'm almost never in my Discord, so I don't actually know where to find the friggin' link. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, she's leaving me hanging. She'll be back eventually. Server settings. Custom invite link. Nope. Streamer mode is enabled because I'm streaming right now. Hey, that's not what I wanted. Invite people. There we go. How did I miss that? It was right there. Okay, I'm posting an invite link to my Discord, so y'all can join. I don't know when this invite link is going to expire. Oh, 7 days. So yeah, you got lots of time to join at the moment. But yeah, so that's my Discord where they use crabs because crab is God. Crab is supreme. Oh, my mods have been busy. There's like, everything's like all organized and shit. I've only got like 2 mods over there, but they are fucking amazing. And they keep on like trying to get me to make decisions. And I'm like, I don't know. How does Discord normally work? Bog crabs. I don't know what a bog crab is. I'm sure it is a type of crab because crab are everywhere. But also the turtle moves. I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned that I actually do understand the reference in your username because that is a very good book. I think of it every time I highlight one of your messages, but I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned it. Apparently a channel that Nami the Neko watches has a series going into all the different body types that animals have evolved into, including moles and turtles. Yeah, well, evolution fucking loves crabs, because it has done crabs dozens of times. Oh, apparently crab is Kani and paper is Kami. Moles are also a common evolution thing. I could see that, yeah. It's very useful to be able to burrow to hide from things and to find things to eat. Anyone else play Spore as a kid? I did not play Spore as a kid. I don't think I've ever played Spore. Maybe. I don't know. Is this one of those situations where you're like so much younger than me that when you say as a kid, I'm picturing games from like the 90s and it's something that came out in like 2010? Yeah. 2008. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jassa. As a kid. Young little whippersnapper. All these fucking hooligans nowadays with their modern Spore games. Yeah, Jess says I'm barely a 90s kid. Yeah, so when you say games as a kid, I'm picturing either the Super Nintendo or the N64 era, because those are the games that I played as a kid. So like Zelda Ocarina of Time was the game that I probably had the most time in. 1080 snowboarding. I was so proud of myself when I finally unlocked all of the like secret characters and shit in that game, because like you have to actually master doing the 1080. My fucking thumb was blistered as I was trying to like rotate that friggin' controller, and this is where the internet would have really helped me out, because there wasn't really much on the internet back then. But I have since learned that apparently the way you get the 1080 is like you actually use the palm of your hand to rotate the joystick. But yeah, no, those were the games of my youth. Super Nintendo was Super Mario World on Super Nintendo was fun. Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart. Oh my god, yeah, the fucking menu music from that is playing in my head now, and yeah, nostalgia. The dial-up sound still makes me so happy and nostalgic. Yep, I remember there was a time when I got home from school before my mother got home from work, and she would tell me that like I am going to call the house every day at a random time after you'd be home from school, and if I get the busy signal, you're grounded because I know you're on the internet when you're not supposed to be. And so that's when I'd just wait for her to call and then go on the internet, or wait until I knew she would be leaving work to drive home and go on the internet, because yeah, kids figure out ways around this stuff. But yeah, dial-up was fun. Yeah, she has to, that's a school-related call, and she's been waiting for this call for a while. And, yeah, so she has to do this right now, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is where we're at. And just imagine you're watching through the whole playlist of the series, then you finally get to this video, and like half of it is just me trying to figure out some way to entertain people. Jassa's in the audience. Where are all the hats, Jassa? Redeem some hats. Keep my phone silent 24/7, so it might be pointless. Oh, dial-up is the phone ringtone. Yeah. I was just going to say that she keeps her phone silent most of the time, which is fine, but she loses her phone regularly. And so I will call it so that we can find it. And then we can't find it because it's on silent. I'm just like, why is it on silent? Oh my God, are you back?
Yes.
Oh,
Were you struggling without?
I was struggling without you. Where's my beer? Leave again. I was actually over here like, I kind of want to go get a beer. And then I was like, nah, I'd have to like bump past her and make things awkward and everything. And then the call came. Oh, Fennec the Rabbit redeemed a hats off to me, but apparently I didn't set up that notification on this stream yet.
Oh,
so...
do this one. You didn't do this one last night.
Oh, yes, I did. I don't know how to put it on.
It's like a toque.
It ended up looking like a turban. Or like looking like I was trying to wear a turban, and I'm like, this seems problematic, so I'm just going to not. Okay. Oh yeah, and people are redeeming hydrate as well, so let's call this hydrate.
You're so sexy.
Oh, thank you. Sharon would disapprove of me wearing a female coated hat.
A lot of people would.
Fuck them. And not in a good way.
I was just about to say.
Speaking of fucking in a good way, back to the book. Where were we? Yeah, no, this isn't a good way.
If you want this kind of loyalty and appreciation, meet your husband's sexual needs. No other need generates such deep thankfulness. Instead of resenting requests to stop by this is where we're at the store or take a look at the leaky faucet. Okay, I don't understand. Just fix the leaky faucet, because if you don't fix the leaky faucet,
You got a moldy kitchen.
then you gotta redo the whole fucking kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Fix the faucet.
So I don't get the whole, like, nothing gives a man such a deep feeling of appreciation or whatever. And it's like, no, I can get a deep feeling of appreciation for, like, probably the thing that does it most for me is that you tolerate my shit. It's like, aw, she lets me do these things and she still loves me.
You let me nap a lot.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that's partner.
What am I supposed to do? Be like, don't be tired. Have you tried just not being tired?
That's kind of how it went with the last one.
Yeah, okay, you are really underselling the assholery that was going on there. So the not liking that she napped a lot with the last one was after giving birth to a baby and having a newborn infant that she was taking care of and he was like just kind of there for, he was complaining that she napped too much.
2 kids.
Yeah, that was the second kid. Yeah, so it was like 2 children under the age of 2. One's a newborn. And you nap too much.
Nap too much. I didn't fulfill him.
Oh. Her mic didn't get unplugged. I muted it.
I've been talking this whole time and nobody's heard me?
Well, they've been hearing you, but through my microphone, so it's been, like, subdued and kind of echoey.
I meme you.
You meme me? Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Fix the leaky faucet so you don't have to replace the cabinets. A sexually fulfilled man will jump with eagerness. You should need to jump for eagerness. You should not want your faucet or your cabinets to get moldy.
If a man wants to be sexually fulfilled, he should maybe try jumping with eagerness to sexually fulfill his wife. And I say a man, like... Partner. Anyone. Doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or anything else. If you want to be sexually fulfilled in your romantic relationship, jump with eagerness to sexually fulfill your partner.
True story.
And then it, like, especially if you have a penis, it's very hard to not be sexually fulfilled after an encounter.
I do not disagree. That is the only reason I would like a penis. Only reason.
Are you saying I'm bad in bed?
No. I'm saying that a penis is sexually fulfilled most of the time.
Yeah.
With or without a partner. Like, everyone's always like, yeah, but women can have multiple orgasms and blah, 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 blah.
That's assuming they get one.
Yeah. Can I please have one? Not you. Instead of being cold and distant when you talk to him, he's going to want to hear what you have to say.
See, there we go again. Like, this is the quality time thing. If you fulfill his physical touch, he will fulfill your quality time.
No, what happens is you have sexy time with him, and then he just lays there and lets you talk. He doesn't actually listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. But while you're having sexy time with him, when he comes home, who's taking care of the children?
Yeah, we've got 5 of those. Sexy time does not always happen, not necessarily because neither of us want to.
Because there's 5 of them.
There's 5 of them.
There's so many. There's so many. I love them. A woman who's sexually fulfilled. Oh, a woman. I wish. I'm projecting. A man who is sexually fulfilled by the wife of his dreams will feel great about himself. He may not be king of the hill at the office, but if he knows he is the king of the hill in the bedroom, he'll keep a smile on his face and skip in his step. She really doesn't think highly of men.
No. But also, King of the Hill, there's a pubic mound joke in there somewhere. But I can't think of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we got some quotes.
Oh, yay.
Women often trivialize men's sexual needs. I know too many men in dangerous situations because of this. Stephen.
A dangerous situation.
Prostitute.
That sounds like a him problem.
Yeah. An affair.
That also sounds like a him problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if you stop having sex with me, that does not give me the right to cheat on you.
I mean, that's what I'm presuming he's talking about by dangerous situation. I don't know.
This is a Christian book. They could just mean looking at porn.
True. I wish my wife understood my desire is to make sex last longer with more foreplay.
Oh, Nami the Nico is headed out. Thank you for the raid again.
Thank you.
And yeah, see you around later, maybe?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So I wish my wife understood my desire is to make sex last longer with more foreplay. Okay, I'm not disapproving of that.
Yeah, but he means foreplay focused on him, probably.
Our greatest struggle has been the quality of our sex life, Will.
Yeah, because like if you make it last longer with more foreplay directed at the woman, then maybe she will be more interested in more sex. Yeah, of course, this is all like with the caveat that everybody has different sex drives and like not everybody is going to want sex all the time. And there's men and women.
Yeah.
Because ace people do exist.
On a scale of 1 to 10, sexual fulfillment for me rates at 11. Chris. You sound like a Chris. Sorry, any Chris's out there. What is the one thing I wish the woman of my dreams understood about me? Sex. Jean.
I feel like she does understand that.
Yeah. They already said sex.
Because it's not that complicated.
Our greatest struggle has been physical intimacy. I believe that we need to work together.
If your physical intimacy is a struggle, then yeah, maybe there's a deeper issue there.
I believe that we need to work together, perhaps even through counseling, to move forward together on this. I like you, Andy. Andy, I like you.
Yeah, but I feel like this is coming from a place of like, let's go to counseling to make her have sex with me more.
Well,
keep in mind, this is a book that is recommended by Christian counselors.
okay. This is a book recommended and written by these people. However, we actually don't know the context of the individuals.
Yeah.
So you could have very
let's
good
be real. We
intentions.
know the context of the individuals. It's Sharon making them up.
Oh, yeah. Damn it, I forgot about that. Sorry, fake Andy. Divine design. Have you ever stopped to think about the magnetism between a male and a female? Have you ever thought about the magnetism between a man and a man?
Mm-hmm.
They seem pretty magnetized.
Now I'm just picturing like two erect penises, like magnets, like this, like, and then there's a quick snap at the end.
Where did that come from?
Don't Google docking.
Where did that come from? Why is it so strong?
I know that this is in a different context, but in the context of what I just said, I like this.
Me too. God,
I'm just
put
picturing,
it
like,
there.
I'm just picturing like a guy walking down the street now, another guy walks by and like, oh, where'd that come from? Oh, it's so strong. God must put it there.
Yep.
This is like that. Did I show you that that gay porno introduction thing?
No.
Where like one guy walks into another while his dick is out, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were there." And he's like, "That's okay. We're proud of our dicks in my family. My daddy taught me to like do such," and like it ended up with like, "Sometimes I pull it so hard that the skin rips." And then the other guy's like, "Well, my daddy taught me to do it in a way that the skin doesn't rip by letting someone else do it with their mouth. Do you want me to show you?" It's just like the most awkward, horrible, badly acted porn intro you have ever seen, and it's fucking hilarious.
So it's not like a it's not like a parody type of thing. It's an actual porn.
No, it's an actual porn, yeah. I think. I haven't actually seen, like, I've only seen the version that's allowed on YouTube so that it doesn't get to the actual porn, but I am pretty sure it is an actual porn.
Well, isn't God ingenious?
By making gay people and then saying, "Don't be gay, it's a sin." Yeah, super fucking genius there.
My maternal grandmother had 12 children and 10 miscarriages. Count them. Yes, that is 22 pregnancies.
That sounds like torture.
Yeah. Like the miscarriages alone are mentally and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
She's proud of this. She's proud of her grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
She was a farm girl who stayed pregnant most of her fertile life and died at a young age of 56.
And she's saying that's a good thing. This is a good thing. She was pregnant for her entire life and died young. And this is the model that she's holding up for people to emulate. Panic the Rabbit says, "Oh, hell no, I'd go get fixed. I'd get my man fixed and I'd make him wear a cone."
Fertile life and died at an age of 56. No wonder. My paternal grandmother was also a farm girl. She only had 6 children. Much to her mortification, I asked her how she prevented having children during the early 1900s. Her reply, "I just didn't do the evil thing." I love it. I love it, Grandma.
Yeah, I mean, that's what birth control was back then. Just don't do the sex, and you won't have the babies.
Oh my. The evil thing, as Grandma Edwards called it, was created by God to do anything but evil. No, it killed your other grandma at 56. Like, what the fuck? Good for you, Grandma Edwards. Proverbs 5:18 through 19 says, "May you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful deer. May her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be captivated by her love." Sex was God's idea. God took great care to make sexual relations between a husband and a wife pleasurable, desirable, and fulfilling.
Yeah, sex is so good of an idea that God actually has a whole book of erotic poetry in his word.
I'm very confused though. So she talks about her maternal grandmother, had 12 kids and 10 miscarriages, yes, 22 pregnancies. She's a farmer girl who stayed pregnant most of her life and died at 56. And then she goes, no wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder she died young, because she spent her whole life pregnant.
But then
pregnant is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Like, even now it's dangerous, and we're talking like, what, 1800s? Late 1800s?
But then she was like
this is still...
appalled at her grandma who said, I just didn't have sex so I couldn't get pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't fucking understand her.
Because wanting to live a long and healthy life is bad. You need to sexually satisfy your man, even if that means an extra kid that you can't afford,
but then at the same
and
time,
a pregnancy you don't want to have.
But then at the same time, she's like, oh no, my other grandma probably shouldn't have had so many babies because she wouldn't have died at 56, essentially what she said.
No, she's not saying she shouldn't have had that many babies. She's saying good for her. She was willing to sacrifice her.
No, it says no wonder.
Okay.
She died at 56. No wonder, because she had so many pregnancies. She's fucking confusing. Anyways.
She's not a good author. We've established this.
Sex was God's idea. God took great care to make sexual relations between a husband and a wife pleasurable, desirable, and fulfilling.
And then he outlawed it.
It is a sinful world that has taken God's holy design and perverted it, exploited it, and sullied it.
I mean, okay, God's holy design was that feel good.
For you.
What's there to pervert about that? Like, it's just in, out, in, out, in, out. I know there's more to it than that. Don't give me that. I know where the clit is.
No, like, it really is that simple.
Yeah, like, that's all sex is. At its, like, when you boil it down to its...
But that's also because if it was more complicated, men wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, but I just said that it is more complicated. And we've been talking this whole thing about how a lot of men aren't able to do.
Yeah. We love you, men. Sometimes. We visited the Garden of Eden a few times already, did we? I have never been there. But let's take one more glimpse of our Creator and how he fashioned man and woman in his image.
I think when she says we've visited the Garden of Eden, what she means is, I quoted Genesis before. Okay.
I know, baby. I don't want to embarrass, but encourage you to imagine God creating your husband just as if he were the first man, Adam. What's that fucking got to do with anything?
Why would that be embarrassing?
I don't know. But what does that have to do with anything? Okay, we visited, we imagined.
Okay, we imagined God creating a guy. Sure.
Going back to Genesis chapter 2, we read, "The Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being." Genesis 2:7. Okay.
Fun fact, that's actually one of the Bible verses that Jewish people use to say that abortion is okay, because life does not enter you until you start breathing, because that's when you get the breath of life, and that doesn't happen until after you're born.
Interesting.
So,
the Lord,
just a sidebar.
The Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib and he had taken out from the rib he had taken out of the man. We already know I can't read. Genesis 2:18, 21 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
Now stop the cameras on this scene and let's use our imaginations for a moment.
Okay, but I thought she was anti-porn. They're both naked at this point. And we're stopping the cameras on this scene?
Mm-hmm. We should make this into a... Oh, can we make this into one of our low-budget movies?
No. How would this even turn into a movie?
Have you seen the Christian low-budget movies? Does it need to make sense?
It would turn into a movie by just compiling clips from other movies.
Ah.
Oh, that would be a lot of work, but I bet we could do it.
When we think of creation, we tend to think of the big picture. Land and water, sun and moon, creeping animals and swarming seas.
But not the penis.
But I want us to turn our attention to the intricacies of the human body, features that were made not just by the hand of God, but by the fingertips of God.
Are fingertips not part of the hand? She's trying so hard to be poetic.
Can you see if she's written any fiction? I really want to know.
I don't think she has.
I feel like she's like trying to see if she can write fiction. The eyes, hair follicles, sweat glands, salivary glands,
The clit.
capillaries, eyebrows, wrinkles of the skin on the neck. Yeah, okay. She's just listing stuff on the body.
The power of a woman's words, praying for your husband from head. What? Praying for your husband. Oh, from head to toe. It just cut off the title. Enough silencing the lies that steal. Your scars are beautiful to God. Becoming the woman of his dreams. Building an effective women's ministry.
Okay, I'm done.
A woman's secret to a balanced life.
Let's envision God having a show and tell for the angels just before he woke Adam and Eve from their deep sleep. As the angels circled around the sleeping pair, God stood over his work of art and pointed out some of their unique features. Each aspect of this creation has a unique function created for a specific purpose.
Even the muscles that try to wiggle your ears but fail.
Oh.
You have muscles in your head that try to wiggle your ears to make them turn toward sound that you hear, but they aren't strong enough to actually do anything.
I could be like a velociraptor. I could be like...
Velociraptors don't have ears. What are you talking? I mean, like, if they did, they were internal. They weren't our floppy cartilage thing. Oh, you're talking about the one that spat in his face?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a velociraptor.
Oh, what's that one?
That was a Diplodocus, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
Someone in the chat knows the dinosaur that ate Ned. Frilled lizard.
A what?
A frilled lizard. That's not the dinosaur, but there are lizards that have the same frills today. They're frilled lizards.
Ah. God then explained how the hard skull served to encase the much softer brain just below the surface and pointed out the specific function of each of the 206 bones of the body. He showed the angels how finger-like nerve endings sent signals to the brain, how the heart pumped blood through the veins, arteries, and capillaries.
How
like
the recurrent laryngeal nerve looped under the aorta to go from your brain to your larynx, which is it's about that far away, but because of evolution, it got stuck under the aorta, so it has to go all the way into your chest and then back up to the larynx. So to go that far, it has to be this long, which that's actually a feature that exists in all mammals. So yeah, it's kind of goofy in humans, but in giraffes, it's absolutely ridiculous. And the sauropods probably had them as well, which that's like giraffes times 5. God's such a great designer.
Well, you had to have fun with it. Okay, no, but my new thought is, well, not my new thought, but my thought just now. So does the Bible say we are created in his image and likeness?
Yes.
Okay. But then we're also cursed because we ate an apple.
Mm-hmm.
And we're cursed to suffer.
Technically not an apple.
Whatever.
The fruit of the tree of life.
I'll show you where the fruit of the tree of life is.
It's the clit.
It really is.
Oh, apparently Diplodocus was the sauropod. Diplophosaurus? Diplophosaurus. Dilophosaurus. You spelled it wrong, but not by much, and you were closer than I was.
So I've decided. You were right.
Thank you. About what?
Oh, you said the tree of life, but it wasn't tree of life. It was the tree of...
The fruit of the tree of life.
Oh, the fruit... Was it? Oh, it was fruit of knowledge. Good or bad. Evil. Magic spells.
Oh, yeah, no, the tree of life was a different tree. It was the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah, okay. Then my thought doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay, arteries, streams, and whatever, how it floods would take the mouth, flow down the esophagus into the stomach, and then, yeah, I don't care. For hours, God excitedly pointed out one intriguing, intricate detail after another. Finally, God reached down just below the male and female waist where the organs for sexual reproduction are housed.
God's reaching down to our sexual organs.
Yeah.
Side note, I did just Google Diplodocus, which is a sauropod, but it's like the sauropod that went derp. Like, I'm looking at these pictures and it's just like, it's a derpy sauropod.
What's a derp?
Like, a derp?
Oh.
Like, look at that guy. He's derpy. Derpy as fuck. Diplodocus is the derpy sauropod. And they all have him derpy.
He gets excited about dinosaurs.
Dinosaur, I get excited about silly things too, and derp is silly, so derpy dinosaur. Diplodocus the derpy dinosaur. I love it. I also love alliteration. So Diplodocus the derpy dinosaur is amazing.
So cute. Oh, look at you. You're adorable.
Okay. I'm
It's not just that you like these things, it's the expression on your face. Like, you're just adorable. Okay.
You keep reading. I'm going to add the image of the derpy dinosaur so that people can see how derpy this guy is.
God reached just below the male and female's waist where the organs for sexual reproduction are housed.
Oh, I don't want to miss this. It's all erotic and stuff.
You'll find this very interesting, he said with great enthusiasm. He first turned their attention to the male and showed the angels the tiny tubes where life-giving semen is created.
It's so amazing. I pause for a second. Derpy dinosaur. It's the Derposaurus. It's the Derposaurus Rex. I love it. Derposaurus. Okay, back to the semen tubes.
Semen tubes?
The vas deferens, which I have deliberately snipped those guys.
I'm going to call them from now on.
Three, because 3 was enough, and now I have 5.
We could go for 6, make it an even number.
No, I've been snipped. I'm not going for a reversal.
We can adopt.
No.
Damn you. Damn it. Where are the semen tubes? Oh.
In between the balls and the what's it called? Urethra.
Life-giving semen is created, stored, and released. Every 48 hours or so, semen...
It's also reabsorbed if you don't release it.
I bet she's not going to say that. Every 48 hours or so, semen will build up and scream to be released. When properly stimulated by the woman or the man...
Which can also include stimulating the prostate gland. Just saying.
Blood will fill the man's penis, causing it to become hard and erect. Like, she is writing this book to adults.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that
this is the closest thing Christian women get to erotica. Let them have it. Like, she's not going to approve of them going to a romance novel talking about his throbbing member. So she's just describing his throbbing member in a way that can be, like, ostensibly called medical.
Excuse me. If anybody knows how to get rid of tonsil stones, please let me know, because I'm going to die soon.
I could probe them with my throbbing member.
Oh. When properly stimulated by the woman, blood will fill. Apparently, you can't fill your blood with penis yourself.
I mean,
only a woman.
This is making it abundantly clear that she's never had a penis, because sometimes that just happens by itself for no reason.
Causing it to become hard and erect. When the stimulation is continued, the semen filled with microscopic sperm will shoot forth with the force of a geyser and enter the woman.
Sometimes it doesn't enter a woman.
Sometimes it's not like a geyser.
Yeah, actually. Maybe, like I said at the beginning, maybe her husband has been taking his zinc and she doesn't know any different.
Maybe.
I don't actually know if zinc does anything for that. I just learned about that like a couple weeks ago, and apparently you didn't know about that either.
No.
But apparently taking zinc supplements makes you have bigger ejaculations, which I'm
Nobody
like,
wants.
why would anybody even want that?
Nope.
Well, okay. From my perspective, the bigger ejaculations feel better. However, I also understand that from your perspective, that shit's gross. Like, nobody actually enjoys it.
Like
at best,
there are some.
well, I mean, at best, what you're enjoying is the fact that your partner is enjoying you enjoying it.
I don't even like the money shots in porn. I'm like, nope, turn it off. Ah.
I don't know. They're talking about tentacles in the chat. I'm not sure how we got there. And now somebody's saying we're in a McRib. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in my chat right now.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
Let the kids play. If one of the sperm reaches an egg and breaks through the protective covering, they will join
You're fucked. Life is over.
They will join just as the man and woman are joined, and a new life will begin. How does the stimulation occur? Asked an angel.
Asks an angel. Oh, right. We're still in this hypothetical God is showing off the human body.
I don't even want to know what she says. Like,
It can be with a hand, with a mouth, with an anus, with a vagina.
This fleshy tissue that you see laying here, just between the man's legs, is extremely sensitive to the touch. I have concentrated 17 sexual glands in this one area. The most sensitive part is the underside of the shaft and the head. The ridge on the bottom of the head and the indentation you see here on the ridge is hypersensitive. She's giving them a sex lesson. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But God, the angels ask, it is so flexible. How will it ever have the strength to enter into the female?
Oh, Sharon.
The penis may not look like much to you right now, but when the man's wife touches him,
It still doesn't look like much.
it is quite a different story. Amazing, they all agreed. But what about the woman? One of the angels inquired. She is very different. Yes, the Lord said.
No, actually, because the clit is just a penis that's not as big.
Or the penis
Is a clit that got big.
is a clit that fell out.
Yeah. So no, it's actually not different almost at all.
Let's see what God had to say about that. I mean, she did want to rewrite the Bible, so maybe this is just
Maybe.
her interpretation. She is created as the receptor for the man. Then God explained how he worked with his fingertips to create the glove-type opening for the man's penis. He demonstrated how he
Fits like a glove.
He demonstrated how he scooped out an area that would receive the man and then went about meticulously creating other fascinating features. So he
scooped it out.
assaulted her while she was sleeping?
I'm just picturing him with an ice cream scoop and like, that's a vagina now.
I feel like she's implying that God
I like how she like went into great detail about how the penis works and everything.
Yep.
But then the woman is just like, yeah, I just scooped it out and then made other things like boobs.
Yeah. I mean, we do also have a clit. Hello, it's there, Sharon. I mean, maybe she doesn't know about hers.
Maybe. Does she talk about it at all? I really have to pee. So.
No, you're not leaving me alone.
Yeah, and you have to entertain.
I have to read things.
You have to entertain my people now.
Okay.
Chat.
Okay, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't.
I mean, I said I have to pee, but maybe it's just so erotic that I need to go relieve myself.
So, shall I sing for you? La 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 la. Yeah, I really don't know what to. I was very confused for a moment because I was looking at YouTube and he just passed me, but I'm like, but he's over there. But I saw him behind me in the screen and then I was confused and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay. Oh, damn it. There's 2 chats. I have to read 2 chats. He has to read 1. Thanks. Women have the boobs as well. We get to play with them. Yeah. So I'm reading the comment. It says it's okay. He doesn't know what he's doing either. But then I'm seeing myself like play with my boobs on stream over here and over there. And I'm just, there's just so much going on. What is that? I don't know what that says. We know I can't read. On a scale of Twilight to Shakespeare, where would you rank Sharon's rating? Kindergarten. I'd rate it at kindergarten. I've never actually read Twilight, and I've never seen the movies. Never. I tend to like books and movies where like women are actually empowered and don't just go, oh no, please help me. I love him. I don't know what to do with my life. I'm more of a like Buffy the Vampire Slayer type of girl. Or Pride and Prejudice. Except I feel like if I actually thought about it, there'd be like some not great things in there between their relationship. But I like how she was like, fuck you. I don't like you either. And she wanted to read and learn. So, yeah. Don't do it. Yeah, no, my whole family has seen Twilight. Not all of them have read it. They're like, oh my gosh, you haven't seen Twilight yet? And I'm like, no, still haven't seen him.
I was afraid for a second there that you were going to say my whole family has seen this stream.
Oh, what happened last night with Axo? He tried to drown him.
Yes, Axo tried to drown me. Wait, did
Hi, Mommy Art. Mommy Art. Are you an artist? Do you have art?
Who are you talking about? Where's Mommy Art?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Mm-hmm. So it's really funny. Everyone's saying Twilight's terrible writing.
It is.
One of my friends who,
but it's also like erotic fan fiction. Was it erotic originally?
No,
I don't know. Okay.
that was
but it was
50
fan.
Shades of Grey.
Yes, that was the Twilight. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Twilight was a teen thing.
Twilight was not.
I feel like it's one of those like guilty pleasure junk books at the same time, because one of my friends who is like a literature junkie read it and she's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And she doesn't read junk typically. She reads like Salman Rushdie and like Fine Balance. And you're like, I don't know what these are.
I know what Salman Rushdie is.
But yeah, she loved Twilight.
Some people like Twilight.
I know, that's what I said. It's like
I mean, I find it weird. Like, it's okay to like Twilight, but I feel like that's one of those things where like you have to recognize that what you are liking is not well written. It is just like, I still like the Harry Potter books. I recognize that they're not well written. There are lots of problems with it, even aside from J.K. Rowling being problematic in her own right.
Yeah, but that was before we knew she was problematic.
Yeah, like before we knew she was problematic, those books were not well-written books, but I enjoyed them. And if I were to listen to the audiobooks again, I would probably still enjoy it. But I mean, I also really like bad media too, so like that might just be a quirk of me.
Well,
But like, but I recognize that, you know, even though I like this thing, it is not well written. This is not great literature. This is just a fun story that I'm enjoying.
right. And like she was writing it for kids. So there's that. But so when I read fiction, I typically like to read fiction geared towards teenagers because it's simple and easy to read. And a lot of times, yeah, they have like a little love tiffs here and there, but not like in the grown-up books with divorces and affairs and children, and that's just too much for me. But that is also because I read books like this. And when I'm not reading books like this,
You just want to be able to turn your brain off
yeah,
and
just-
enjoy the story.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's junk food.
yeah, that's what I said.
Like, I enjoy chips. Chips are not fine dining.
What? A nice crisp potato.
Yeah, actually, I was about to say, like, you don't go to a fine dining restaurant and find chips on their menu, but then I'm like, no, I've worked at fine dining restaurants and we did have our take on chips.
Yeah.
And it was like some fancied up version of a potato chip.
Yeah.
But like, the bag of Ruffles at the store is not fine dining, but I enjoy it. Like, I know it's not amazing food. Same thing with like, I don't know, poutine is not fine dining. Yes, you can get fine dining poutine, but like sometimes you just want that greasy, gravy covered fries and cheese and shit.
No, I don't like greasy.
Well, then you don't like poutine because good poutine is greasy.
No, I just don't like greasy things.
Oh, you don't like me?
You're greasy?
When I forget to shower, yes.
No, but
Back to the book.
if you guys
Or
no, I can tell.
finish your
If you
point.
guys haven't tried it, sweet potato fries with cheese curds and then just a drizzle of gravy across. Not
Smother
like
that shit.
no, not for the
Smother the fuck out of it.
not for the sweet potato fries, because then you kind of lose that flavor of the sweet potato because it's just drowned in the gravy. So you just need just enough to get the gravy, but still taste the sweet potato. It's actually really good.
So Jess is asking, do you all use American cheese with poutine?
No,
I don't actually even know what American cheese is. Like, I know there is a cheese that Americans will call American cheese, but like in Canada, we buy like, this is cheddar, this is marbled cheddar.
yeah,
this
the
is
only time we call it American cheese is at Subway.
yeah, but no, proper poutine is done with cheese curds.
True that. Okay. Oh, the clitoris.
Craft singles. No,
we need to
we
get
don't.
to the clitoris. It's over here.
Oh, we
How do
have
we
a
get
clit.
there?
We found the clit.
We we found it. Let's get there. Okay. Opening for the man's penis. He demonstrated how he scooped out an area
Yes, we've already done the scooping.
that received the man and then went about meticulously creating other fascinating features. God pointed to the ovaries where the eggs are created and the fallopian tubes where the eggs travel down to the uterus. He showed them the vagina and its placement just
I thought the
behind.
vagina was the bit that he scooped out already. Because that's the glove that the penis goes into.
I don't know.
Is this her way of saying she knows the difference between vulva and vagina and then describing it incorrectly? Because that would be funny.
I don't
And I would not put it past her.
But it's just behind the urethra.
Jassoproxy is asking if this is a secret pro-trans chapter. Not on purpose if it is. Like, I could see how you could get there from like if man was created first and the way you make woman is to make a man and then scoop out the penis bit. I could see that. But I can almost guarantee you that Sharon is anti-trans.
My wheels are turning.
Wheels on the bus go round and
You'll notice that fleshy knob of tissue just above the opening of the vagina. There are actually two sets, the outer and an inner set of fleshy lips. These are called labia. Yep.
Wait, did she just describe the labia as a fleshy knob? Or is that supposed to be the clit?
No.
Either way,
knob.
fleshy knob is not a way that I would...
No.
That's not the choice of words I would use for...
I think it's supposed to be two separate things. It just doesn't flow well.
Yeah,
They're
because it's
actually
Sharon.
two sets. An outer and an inner set of lips, fleshy lips. These are called labia. The outer labia is covered with hair, but the inner labia are not. Then right here is an extra...
Hey. I like kissing you on the lips. Jessa says, I guess I'm putting too much thought into her writing because we all know she hasn't.
Then right here is an extra sensitive area called the clitoris.
Yeah, so no, the clitoris is not the fleshy knob. What was the fleshy knob?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Maybe she has an extra part that people don't have and she doesn't realize it. I don't know. It's hard to...
Sharon, show us your fleshy knob. Oh, God.
It's hard to see, but it's at the hood
It's not hard
of the
to see.
inner labia.
It is not hard to see. Even now, I know clits are different sizes in different women. There are some women that have really big clits that, like, when they get aroused, it actually kind of gets erect and it looks like a little penis. And there are some women that does not happen to. So it's different sizes. But in my experience, it's not hard to find. It's right there. Yeah.
I would have never guessed.
It's like, I get that there's the joke about men not being able to find the clitoris. I have always just assumed that is men not caring enough to provide pleasure for their partner, rather than them not actually being able to find it.
You are incorrect.
I know, you have told me that, but I just can't comprehend not being able to find
I
it.
don't even have my keys here with me. Damn it.
I have my keys.
No, but your keys doesn't have a picture of vagina on it.
Oh, right. Not supposed to show that on YouTube anyway.
Oh.
This chapter's already getting us demonetized because you're not allowed to discuss. If you discuss the details of how things work, then that gets demonetized. So Sharon's talking about throbbing members.
This is scientific.
This is the first
godly.
This is the first one that's getting demonetized because of what Sharon's written instead of just what we've said.
But it's godly.
It's a godly throbbing member.
When the man stimulates this area, the woman will feel intense pleasure.
Does she get to the G spot though?
I don't know. It's so small, an angel mused. How will the husband ever find it?
Oh, God. What were we just saying? No, it's easy to find. It's right fucking there. You might have to do this. But that's not hard to do.
It may take some practice, but if he's smart...
No, it doesn't take intelligence.
He'll search until he does. It's kind of like a treasure hunt.
Okay. I will pretend to not be able to find it for the ability, for like the pretense of being like, oh, now I get to search around everywhere. Because that could be fun. But like, it's not hard to find. It's right there.
I don't know what to tell you.
Jess is asking if she's married to Ben Shapiro. I don't think she's a doctor. And if she is, it's not of medicine, which Ben Shapiro's wife is a doctor of medicine.
Yeah.
Because she had the expertise to tell him that a wet vagina is a sign of disease.
I feel like that's a really good excuse, A, to not have sex with someone. But
what,
also,
if they can't find the clit?
No, the wet vagina means that...
Oh, yeah. No, I think we've had this conversation before. Like, that was just her excuse to...
Yeah. But I feel like it's also, like, easier to have an affair that way.
Oh, the turtle move says, does it need a map? So this brings up another point.
I have a map on my keychain.
So but maybe she's saying it's hard to find because in her mind, men aren't allowed to see vaginas except for their wives. So if you've never seen a diagram or a picture or something pointing to where it is, and you've only ever heard the description of it, maybe it is a little harder to find. I mean, I would think not.
True.
But like, and so this actually is a point in favor of like comprehensive sex education, where like, if you actually show everybody in the class, here's a vagina, that's the clit. You don't need to be like sex ed, you don't need to be like, oh, this is how you create pleasure in your partner. Like that's like sex ed is supposed to be the medical, this is just how it physically works stuff. But like the clit is part of how it physically works.
Yeah.
So,
but also society has shaped and portrayed sex around men's pleasures. So it's not even, yes, men talk about finding the clit and stuff, but it's not talked about in the way that women are. It's not talked about in the way that they explain how women should pleasure a man, if that makes sense.
I mean, Sharon kind of got there.
Yeah.
Talking about where it's more sensitive and.
Yeah, but I mean, that's essentially all men get, is that there's a clit and it's sensitive, whereas women are like society, media, everybody is like, this is a man and this is his penis and this is what you need to do and da 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 da. Whereas it's only recently that we're like, yes, women need pleasure too.
I really want to make a joke about the treatment for hysteria being for the doctor to jack off the woman, but it turns out when you actually do research into that subject, that's mostly a myth. It didn't actually really happen.
Damn it.
Because like,
I would have been there every week.
I know, but like, could you just imagine, like, I can't see men, like all men being so oblivious that like there had to have been a doctor, like if that was actually the case, there had to have been a doctor that like his thing was like, because one of my things is like, one of the things that brings me pleasure is to bring you pleasure. So like, I enjoy helping you achieve climax. You're telling me that you're trying to tell me that there wasn't a doctor that was their thing? Like, I can't be that weird. Maybe I can. I don't know.
A doctor that, what was their thing? Giving their
like
partner pleasure?
they enjoyed giving the person, so like, I don't know. I just don't understand how that would ever like pass muster as like, this is just a medical procedure. It's not enjoyable for the doctor.
I don't know. I mean, I feel
because like that's the whole thing. Because like I can see how like from a patriarchal standpoint, where it's like, okay, well that's the excuse that they use to be able to continue doing this thing that is, you know, would be taboo if it was actually seen as enjoyable. But like the way it's usually presented is that the doctors were like, no, it was like they didn't think it was sexual at all. It was just a medical procedure or whatever.
No.
It's like, no, that's not.
No,
not in the slightest.
No, that was some doctor that got smart.
Yeah,
smart.
But so this is why I'm, aside from, you know, actual evidence, this is why I would lean more towards it being a myth than something that actually happened. Because like, you're not fooling anybody.
I feel like they'd be fooling the husbands, because at the time, who said that the doctor was saying what they were doing? They were just treating the hysteria. And the women are like, fuck that, I'm not telling him what he's doing to me.
Yeah, no, the way they treated hysteria was with lobotomies.
Yeah, I know. I would have been going to the guy that was fingering me. I'm sorry. That's just...
Hey, you are.
That is true.
I'll be Dr. Rhino. You can get me one of those headbands with the circle.
You can get your little doctor's bag. All my
with a vibrator.
Oh, okay. Damn it. Okay, he'll find it with some practice. He'll be curious. Just like with the male, when the clitoris is stimulated, it becomes larger and easier to find. It will actually protrude just a bit from hiding in the folds of the labia.
Because it's a penis that didn't grow into a penis. like, I don't know, they're so close. It's like it gets erect. It gets engorged with blood, same as the penis.
Yeah, and if you look at it anatomically, they look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. No, if you look at it pornographically, I actually saw a porn video not too long ago where one of the women involved, her clit was so big that it actually looked like a little bitty penis. And I was like wondering, like, is she actually intersex? Is that because, like, one of the things with intersex is a lot of times there's difficulty, like, a lot of times it's treated with surgery as an infant, which it probably shouldn't be, because, you know, it's a coin flip as to which anatomy they will actually prefer when they're older. If it would even be one or the other. But like, it was like she had a working vagina that was able to be penetrated with a penis, but like it looked like she had another penis hanging off the top. Like it was probably about this long. Like, that's a small penis. And it looked like a penis.
I don't know. I've never.
And it wasn't advertised as being like trans porn or intersex porn. It was just normal porn. And this was just a normal clit. And it was actually kind of refreshing to see, because like normally you get the porn stars that have had labiaplasty and made everything look quote unquote perfect. So it was actually kind of refreshing to see, like, oh, well, this person is just like, that's what they have and they are proud of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've never seen. Sorry, I don't look at vaginas as much as you.
I know. I enjoy them a bit more than you do.
You do.
You like the boobs.
I like the boobs. Boobs. Who doesn't like boobs?
Everybody likes boobs.
Right. Boobs.
Oh, did the stream just die for anyone else? I don't know. Did the stream die? YouTube says I have an excellent connection.
Are you there?
Oh, that's on Twitch, though. No, not Twitch slash.
You owe the ad.
Nope.
I'm so thrift.
Twitch slash.
You owe
Nope.
the ad. Nope.
I can hear me hearing Cirrus on my friggin' stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Twitch says everything is good, so yeah, sorry, that must be on your end. It's not me for once.
Okay. What you see here is only the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
The clitoris is about 9 inches long and is nestled inside the woman's body.
So, wait, given what the discussion we just had about how a clitoris is basically a penis, does that mean that the average woman has a bigger penis than the average man? Because the average penis is about 6 inches long?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You have it straight from Sharon's pen. The average woman has a bigger penis than the average man.
It's because we're meant to rule the world.
Are you saying a penis makes you inherently better at ruling the world?
No, I'm saying having a vagina and a bigger penis makes We've got them both.
I mean, this is part of, like, if you want the details on how to provide more pleasure. So because the clit is basically like a little penis, but it is mostly internal. If you get like on either side of it and like rub back and forth as if it was like a little penis that you were trying to jerk off, that works.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know what you do when you're down there.
That's one of the things that I have done that has worked.
However, when your husband touches... Oh, wait. Did I get there? The clitoris is about 9 inches long and is nestled inside the woman's body, making the entire area sensitive to touch. However, when her husband touches her in the hypersensitive area, the iceberg will begin to melt and she will experience waves of ecstasy that will run through her entire body.
We got to read faster. There's a kid getting home in like 10 minutes.
Oh. Okay. The clitoris, like the penis, is very sensitive to touch and is the center of exquisite pleasure when handled properly or intense pain when handled improperly. Also,
Because it's a little penis.
Also, there's another secret spot just inside the woman's vagina opening.
She does
on
get to the
front
G-spot.
wall.
She does get to the G-spot. All right. Okay.
When that is stimulated by the man, she will experience extreme arousal and eventually waves of ecstasy.
Try doing both at the same time.
But God, it seems that you have put a lot of detail and attention into the sensory component of the reproduction process for humans. I don't recall that for the other animals
No.
you have created.
It's the same for the animals. They also have clits and penises and enjoy sex.
What?
Have you heard about hyenas?
I don't know. Tell me about them.
Hyenas are matriarchal, and the way they determine which female hyena is in charge is they will like stand on their hind legs and show each other their erect clits, and the one with the biggest clit is the dominant female hyena. And I might be incorrect in this, but I seem to recall there also being something about like them using their clits to penetrate other hyenas in shows of dominance. So, yeah. Same attention to detail was shown in the other animals.
Damn it. One of the angels noted, "You're quite right," God responded. "I have gone to great lengths to create the intricate parts of both male and female reproductive organs."
In all the animals,
I was
not just
about to
humans.
say, does she not know that animals are also male and female?
Apparently not.
The sexual act for a male and female is not simply for reproduction. There are many sensitive areas that have fashioned for one purpose only: pleasure. Many?
Mm-hmm.
For just
Do you think she's going to mention the prostate?
what else does prostate do?
Well, it creates seminal fluid without sperm. So, like, since I've been snipped, when I ejaculate, it's all prostate fluid. But, yeah, stimulation of the prostate.
Yeah, but she says many that have no use. Like, the boobs are sensitive, but they have a use.
The male nipple? They don't have a use. Although, men can lactate in certain circumstances. Trans women who are on hormones can lactate. They can even just grow boobs. Like, a lot of trans women don't need implants. They can just grow boobs with hormone therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's...
I still don't call it many. I feel
But
like
then there's also, like, the earlobes. Like, they don't really have purposes, but, like, nibbling the earlobes can feel really nice.
well, I just consider that part of the ear, and the ear has a purpose.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
Okay. There are many sensitive areas I have fashioned for one purpose only: pleasure. This is my gift to them. Pleasure is not necessary for reproduction. I created them thus because I love them. After God finished pointing out...
Are you telling me that animals don't experience pleasure when they mate? I mean, like, there are a lot of animals that, like, the female gets the short end of the stick there, like, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's evolution. Mating feels good, so they will do it.
Yeah. If it didn't feel good, why would they do it?
Exactly.
Yeah. After God finished pointing out the other incredible intricacies of both man and woman, he breathed a strong wind over their body and stirred them awake. Up to this point, we have no recorded words from the man Adam, but after he laid eyes on the fair Eve, he said, "Whoa."
Where's that Bible verse?
Whoa, now this is good.
Where is that Bible verse? I want to put that in my Bible now.
That's not exactly what he said, but that's what he meant. Thank you, Sharon. He said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man."
Yeah, that's what she translated into whoa.
Yeah. Are you blushing? I think it may be worth it.
No, we're not blushing. I mean, if anything, we're blushing out of secondhand embarrassment for Sharon having written this.
I'm like, I've read better porn than this. What I want you to realize is that sexual pleasure was created by a loving God. He formed you and your husband to give pleasure to you and receive pleasure from one another. There are many facets of the human body that serve no other purpose. Science has shown us...
aren't, though. Like, okay, the clit doesn't really have a purpose other than feeling good. But aside from that, like, the penis feels good, also reproduction. The vagina feels good, also reproduction. The prostate feels good, also makes seminal fluid, which helps with reproduction. I mean, the real question is, why did he make the prostate feel good if he didn't want people playing with it?
That is a fair question.
Because, like, he added pleasure receptors to a thing that didn't need it according to his design. But they're there.
I think you should ask that to your next apologist friend.
Sure.
That you don't have.
I don't have them. I barely have atheist friends. You want me to just make an apologist friend?
Apologist acquaintance. Science has shown us that all you need to make a baby is an egg and one tiny determined sperm. However, to make love, you need a lot more.
You need like 2 million determined sperm because one isn't enough. Because low sperm count can cause infertility. Sharon doesn't know.
Yes, but if it's God's will, that one tiny sperm will make it.
If it's God's will, then he can reverse my vasectomy and make it.
Oh. Okay, now we're quoting from someone else again.
No, actually, that's why I've never really bought the whole, like, you shouldn't use contraception thing, because it's God's plan that every sexual act could potentially result in reproduction. It's like, okay, well, God is all powerful. Could he not make a condom break?
True story.
Like, all of the contraceptive methods are like 99% effective. There's 1%. Can God not work with 1%?
I guess not.
Apparently not, yeah.
Doesn't like those odds. Okay, now we're going to quote from somebody else.
Okay.
The divine design is no mistake, writes author Gladys Hunt. The mutual attraction of male and female calls us to comfort our aloneness, out of our independence, to see that we need each other. It is the foundation of human history. We are meant to enhance each other, to affirm each other's personhood, and to discover that in our mutual dependence, we solve the mystery of our existence.
No. I had sex. That solved the mystery to existence.
Like, I agree that we are meant to be in community, but...
I feel like that whole mystery to existence thing is like, the purpose of life is to have babies. And that seems like a really shit purpose, because then, like, what do you do once they move out? My life now has no purpose.
Maybe we're all supposed to kill ourselves when our kids move out.
I'd rather not. I'm looking forward to that day.
There may be a few of you who have tired of me continually going back to the Genesis account of how God created the universe and all it contains. Perhaps you have an evolutionary view of how the world began. But I dare say, if I ever had a doubt that there was a divine creator, the sexual union between a woman and a man dismissed that doubt quickly.
Okay, what about the sexual union between a girl cat and a boy cat? Or a girl giraffe and a boy giraffe? Or a boy giraffe and a boy giraffe, as like 90% of giraffe couplings end up being.
There is no way that could have just happened.
I mean, is she seriously suggesting that there's no way that a process that by definition favors things that can reproduce the most would favor reproduction? Okay.
Okay. Author Stephen Schwambach writes, anybody who has... So this page is essentially someone else's writing.
Okay.
Anybody who has ever experienced great lovemaking instinctively knows the truth. Sex is too good to have just happened. It didn't evolve as a result of some cosmic accident, something this exquisite...
What about masturbation, though? Because, like, an orgasm from masturbation feels almost as good as an orgasm from... Not necessarily... Well, I mean, sex could encompass many activities. But, like... That's not part of God's plan, according to... Like, she would probably tell me not to masturbate.
It's true. You're not supposed to masturbate. Don't
but,
masturbate.
like, that feels good.
I don't know. Something this exquisite had to have been lovingly, brilliantly createdly
Is
designed.
it brilliant?
Not really. I'm getting hungry. If an atheist ever comes up to you and demands
That's me.
proof that there is a God, all you have to answer is one word.
Sex. Like, no, sex actually perfectly is perfectly explained by evolution. It's not even one of the difficult aspects of evolution to understand. Like,
We have a kid.
natural selection. Things that reproduce more survive more. Therefore, reproduction feel good.
True story. Give him a day.
It's easy.
Give him a. Oh, I have to give you a day to think about that.
I don't need it.
If at the end of that day he remains unconvinced,
I am
then he has
unconvinced.
just revealed far more about his sex life or lack thereof than he ever intended.
That doesn't really comport with the whole like, because one of the things that, like, they'll often say atheists are atheists because they just want to sin, and usually they will go to sexual sins, like they enjoy sex outside of marriage, or they enjoy being homosexual or whatever. It's like, so they enjoy all the sex, that's why they're atheist. But if they can remain an atheist after it being pointed out that sex feels good, then they don't have a sex life.
Apparently,
These people are weird.
the bus is here.
Yeah, I
need a
can
bit.
hear that.
God created sex. Doesn't that tell you a lot about who God really is? Among other things, it tells you that he is ingenious. I've got 3 quotes here, and then we're done.
Okay.
I wish my wife would initiate sexual intimacy more often. I've read the books where I should start the whole day to get her thinking about it and looking forward to it, but it sure would be nice if she was the one who initiated it. Right.
I mean, like, yeah, that should go both ways, and it does in ours.
Dog for a walk.
I'm going to pause it. We're muted for a second.
Oh, look at all the...
Oh, okay, so. No, you can take the dog for a walk. Fine, go to your room.
Not
No,
right
just.
now.
Oh, kids are wonderful. We love children.
We love them. Is he stomping up the stairs yet?
I haven't heard the stomps, no. This is the stompy child, so there will be stomps.
Oh, I think he's upstairs.
Oh, yeah? No stomps?
No stomps.
Ooh.
What is one thing I wish my wife understood better about me and what I long for? The need for her to be more sexual. I wish she'd be more creative and enthusiastic about it. I wish sex would be more fun and more of a priority in our marriage.
Have you tried
Hold
being
on,
more
hold on.
creative?
Rod.
His name is Rod. Okay. Well, Rod, have you tried being more creative? Because, like, not much creativity needs to happen for guys generally.
But like, so a lot of these complaints that the men have had throughout the book, please don't step on my hat.
No, sorry. What's your hat doing on the floor?
I feel like, because like you said, with this demographic that we're looking at, a lot of them get married young.
Mm-hmm.
But then by the time they're friends with Sharon in their 30s, they're just not happy in their marriage anymore because they probably were never, should have never gotten married.
Yeah, like they weren't compatible in other ways.
Right. So their complaints, maybe even if they did all these things, it wouldn't change. But because in Christianity, you're not supposed to get divorced.
Jassa Proxy redeemed a hydrate.
Oh. I got a little bit left. Maybe nothing would change because they're just not compatible.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. The woman of my dreams would want sex as much as I do. I don't think women really have a concept of how wired for sex men are. He's never met me before.
So
has he?
this is one of those things where it's like sex before marriage would solve these problems. It's like if you just didn't make it taboo and it was just part of the normal courtship procedure, then like you could marry someone that you are sexually compatible with.
Yeah, but he doesn't even think women understand this.
Yeah,
we could be
because
capable of
because he probably, like you just said, got married at 19 years old before he had any real experience, and so he has more of a sex drive than she does, and just assumes that's how all women are because that's what the Christian literature says.
And they haven't reached their 40s yet.
I don't know if you guys can see the wink that she just gave me. She just turned 40 recently.
Where was I? It can't make sense to them. Not exactly sure why myself. It seems petty, but it's real. Also, the woman of my dreams would be confident in who she is, love the Lord deeply, and challenge me. Well, Aaron, I'd like to let you know that...
She'll challenge you to give her an orgasm.
Yeah. I'd like to let you know that women actually do have high sex drives. There are a lot of us out there.
Mm-hmm. Was that
You
the end
just
of the
don't
chapter?
know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was kind of apropos that in the middle of the sex chapter, a child arrived.
That's our life.
Because that's, yeah, anytime we want to do sex stuff, there's a kid in the way.
Damn, no children.
All right, so thanks for joining us. Thank you for putting up with our various off-screen shenanigans with like scheduling things and going pee and whatnot. So
Yeah, it's just been an odd day.
see you next Tuesday.